right, so we are back with another episode of Art and Our Entertainment. As you can see, I'm in my car, but that's fine. I'm just busy, so you got to make videos wherever you can. And I've seen a lot of people with channels that operate from the car, and those videos are awesome. So I was like, all right, let me just do it myself. So this is another episode where I will be talking about the chilling adventures of Sabrina, and I just wanted to finish that uh, book review for book one, well, comic one, because I said I was going to be making a whole category just for Sabrina, and I was lying. So, where did I end off at? So this girl named Adeline was basically bullying Sabrina, and Hilda, Hilda took it upon herself to visit this little girl, right, who was bullying her, her niece, and so she walks up on a little girl because the little girl is making like she just conveniently happens to be on her front lawn, making some type of dollhouse. And Hilda's like, "Are you Adeline? Are you Adeline Herbert?" And the girl's like, "I sure am." And and then Hilda's like, "That's just perfect." And then Hilda turns into a big spider and scares the shit out of this little girl. And I thought that was hilarious because apparently there's like some history between the Herberts and this town of Westbridge, Massachusetts. It's a coven for witches. So I'm pretty sure they have some type of rapport with the Herberts because after Hilda scares the girl, she jumps into this portal back into her house where Sabrina and Zelda are sitting on the couch, and she's like the little girl was scared of spiders just like her parents. And so after they're sitting on the after that they're sitting on the couch, and Zelda and Hilda are having a conversation telepathically, so Sabrina can't hear them. Sabrina's like crying, being consoled by Hilda, no, by Zelda, while they're talking telepathically, and basically they're just saying like, um, this is the transition, right? Transition, and I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, but basically Hilda and Zelda are having a conversation where they're saying, you know what, maybe we should leave Westbrook, Massachusetts. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I said Westbrook, Massachusetts. I meant to say Westbridge. I was singing a Westbrook, a Russell Westbrook, because he just won the keys to the city of Oklahoma. So where was I? So they're have Zelda and Hilda are having a transitional conversation about what should happen, what they should do with Sabrina. Uh, Everyone knows Sabrina, and she won't have a normal life. She'll be picked on for being a half breed. And Zelda's like, you know what, Hilda, you are right. We should go somewhere where no one knows who she is, what she can do, and she could have a fresh start. And Zelda's like, there's a nice town over that's called Greendale. So if you guys know about, Sabrina, you guys know about Greendale. If you watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, which I would suggest, um, yeah, Greendale is where most of this is taking place. And so, and while they're having this conversation telepathically, Sabrina's like, I can hear you guys. You guys hear the rain? All right, so the rain died down. The rain died down. So Zelda and Hilda, they're continuing this conversation telepathically, like, hey, we should bring Sabrina to this town over called Greendale. It's a nice town. No one knows who she is, what she can do. She won't be bullied. She can have a fresh start. She can, basically carve her own destiny, and she won't be like, bogged down to I guess, the coven politics of Westbridge, Massachusetts. So, and then Sabrina cuts into the conversation that they're having telepathically, and she's like, "You know what? I would like that." So then they find this big creepy. I think it's like a funeral parlor that they find that that is up for sale. So they find that, and of course they would like the funeral parlor, and so it's like this big dark castle of a house, and they it's right next to a cemetery. And I think one of the sisters is like, "Oh yeah, we found a nice house and it's right next to this cute cemetery. We'll be able to eat forever." And I was like, "What?"
So I mean, and then they get settled in. Time flies by. Now Sabrina's in high school, and she's navigating that. She comes home one day, and then she finds out that her aunts have actually taken in her cousin Ambrose, and Ambrose is I'm not familiar with Ambrose other than the show Ambrose. So um, the Netflix show, I should say. I grew up watching Melissa. Like I said, I grew up watching Melissa Joan Hart as Sabrina. So Ambrose wasn't a thing for me. What I'm saying? I didn't see him till this new recent Netflix show, I should say. So she shows her aunts tell her, "Hey, this is your cousin Ambrose. He's from Scotland." And she shows him his room upstairs, and then they have a whole little fun bug out, listening to music and all this stuff. And he's kind of similar to the Ambrose in the show, so that's pretty cool.
So Ambrose from the comics and Ambrose from the show are similar in some ways. I feel like they're both flamboyant. Um, they both like fashion. Um, the Ambrose in the comics, he's a little more. He likes drama. He what I'm saying, he doesn't run from confrontation. Whereas Ambrose from the show, he's a little more reserved. He likes to kind of just be in the background, quiet. Not as aggressive as this one. The reason why Ambrose is in America in the comics, school accident at his school. So I think he was at an all boys school. Um, he said one of my hideous prefects short sheeted my bed, so I took his hands away. Yeah, he said one of my hideous prefects short sheeted my bed, so I took his hands away. So he made this guy's hands disappear, and yeah, he was about to be in trouble severely. And he said, the high priest Crawley wanted to spirit me away to the nether realm, but your aunts kindly intervened. So that's why they took him in, because he was going to be in a world of hell. So they're talking, and they're kids, and yeah, they're talking about Salem, and then his box opens because Salem is being nosy, and then some snakes come out because that's just what it is. So he owns snakes, and just like just like Salem is her, like, I don't know, for lack of better words, her spirit animal. Guys, I meant familiars, not spirit animals, familiars. So Salem is Sabrina's familiar, and these two snakes named Nag and Nagana are Ambrose's familiars. So I apologize on that one.